Okay, and before we start, can I just talk about this? Okay, it's not a sponsored video. I did receive it in the post from the sensory team in my borough, and basically it's the Echo iLoop QR, and it's to help me primarily to use the phone, but also listen to music, videos, edit, and basically you connect it up to the T setting hearing loop on your hearing aid, plug it into like a phone or a laptop or whatever, and bish bash bosh, it plays the sound louder without background noise right into your hearing aid. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie. So for today's video I thought we would talk about the reality of chronic illness or illnesses, and as with anything in life, it comes with the good and the bad. So I thought, let's talk about both. I thought we would start with a good thing because it's always good to start with the good and work your way into the crap. So the first thing that I thought we would talk about is the fact that you definitely find out who your real friends and family are. A lot of people like to say losing friends and family is what happens when you have chronic illness or illnesses, but honestly I feel like it's not losing, it's just truly finding who the real ones were to start with, who the real ones were in your life that would actually stand by you and be there through the good and the bad, because at the end of the day you don't just want people in your life for the good, you need people there for the not so great too. The second thing is maybe not the best thing in the world, but that is you spend more time at the hospital seeing doctors than you do anyone else or anywhere else, really, to be quite honest with you. I spend 99% of my days off at hospital appointments, and before any of you comment, don't get me wrong, NHS have saved my life many times, but I mean, this doesn't just go with NHS, but I feel like it's probably primarily with NHS appointments, is they like to cancel on the morning of. I have literally had so many appointments cancelled either by letter like the week before or by phone call the day of. So many of my appointments get cancelled, and then you get put back on a waiting list to see the specialist that you've already waited 6 months to see. I mean, guys, what is up with that? The third thing that I thought I would talk about, which I think anyone with a chronic illness will definitely agree, and that is chronic illnesses do not come in the number one. And by that I mean you never just have one, you always have multiple. Like, one just causes another, which then causes this, which is caused by that, and basically you end up with a longer list than your Tesco shop. Fourth thing that I think I would say comes with chronic illness is you're always exhausted. No matter how much you sleep or rest or anything, you're exhausted. Like, it's just part of the deal with a chronic illness. I think exhaustion is like a symptom of every single chronic illness. It leads into the fifth thing, which is like it is a full-time job. Having a chronic illness, or 10, is like having a full-time job. Honestly, I feel like it takes more hours of my life. Well, it does, because it never goes away, but like in terms of what you have to do to try and maintain your life, if that makes sense, is more hours than I spend working or doing anything else. And I have a really annoying hair that's tickling my arm. The next thing isn't exactly the nicest thing in the world, but it is a reality of chronic illnesses, and that is it commonly causes mental health problems, be it anxiety, panic attacks, depression, any of those types of things. It has a very high percentage of people with chronic illness. Does that sentence even make sense? Okay, let's take it a little bit more positive. I would say that another positive thing that comes out of chronic illnesses is definitely that you have a whole new outlook on life. And I guess this could be seen as good or bad, but the reality of chronic illnesses is it does open up your mind and you do see things in a very different way. You appreciate things that maybe you didn't appreciate before. The next thing is, again, not the best thing, but it is the reality of chronic illness, and that is ultimately it does have control over you. No matter how much you try and push yourself or the way you try and look at things, ultimately your health and your body will just say no at times. As much as I hate to admit it, I do sometimes have to listen to my body, which I'm not very good at. This next thing kind of, I guess, goes in tie with mental health, but that is that you are always on edge and thinking of things that could potentially trigger one of your conditions or symptoms. I just feel like since all my health, before I do anything, I kind of second guess and I think of every single thing within that situation that could trigger either my anxiety or pain or anything like that. I don't know if that's necessarily coming with chronic illnesses as a whole, or if that is an anxiety related thing. I know it is, but I don't know if that's just an anxiety related thing or if it comes with chronic illness. So again, if you have chronic illness, let me know in the comments below, because I'd be very interested to know whether that's a chronic illness thing or that's just an anxiety thing. The next thing is chronic illnesses don't just affect the person with a chronic illness, it affects their friends and their family around them. And that is something that isn't very nice that comes with chronic illness, because then you feel very guilty about it. So I know that it affects and puts strains on my family members, and I don't like that. That makes me feel very guilty, even though I know it's not something that is in my control or my fault. It is one of the worst things about chronic illness, if I'm honest. You can give me all the pain, all the sickness, and yes, it sucks, but I really don't like the fact that it affects the people that I love around me, that are the ones that are supporting me. And it's literally making me actually feel quite emotional, because it is something that I really don't like. We have two things left, one bad thing and one that can be seen as good or bad. And the not so great thing that comes with chronic illness is that there is a really high percentage of people with chronic illnesses that get bullied. I know bullying doesn't just come with chronic illnesses. Sadly, it does happen in the world, even if you don't have a chronic illness. People that have chronic illnesses are quite a high percentage more likely to get bullied. And the last thing that I thought we would talk about is, again, something that you can look on good or bad depending on your outlook, and that is it often either motivates you or demotivates you. And a lot of people would think, oh, you have a chronic illness, that must really suck and make you not want to do anything. And yes, sometimes that does come with chronic illness, and I have plenty of days where I have the feel I am not motivated at all. But then other days I'm very motivated to prove everyone wrong and prove my own mind wrong almost, and prove my body wrong, that I will still do the things I want to do. Might just have to find adaptations, but I'm still going to do it. And I feel like there's certain aspects of things within your chronic illness that will help motivate you, and there's certain things that will demotivate you. So that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it or found out a little more about the reality of chronic illnesses, or if you have a chronic illness, that you realised you're not alone. It's not just you, everyone is feeling the exact same way. But if you did like this video, or it helped you feel less alone, or it opened your eyes up, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up so that I know. And I would love for you to comment below if you are someone that has a chronic illness. other things that you think are a reality of having an illness, or if you're not, maybe things that you've seen from other people that have chronic illnesses. I try and reply to all of my comments, so you should definitely comment below. And if you're not already, I would love if you could click that subscribe button, because we are so close to 500 subscribers, and I'm thinking we can do this before Christmas. Before Christmas time, we can definitely get to 500 subscribers. That would be like the best Christmas present. So if you're not already, click it. And if you are, be sure to share with all of your friends or your family, or just anyone that you really feel like sharing my channel with, because it would mean a lot. All of my social media links are in the description box below, so be sure to come say hi as well, because I like to interact. I like to rap when I interact. Yeah, this is why I don't do music. So yeah. Until next time, keep watching, stay strong and stay safe. Bye guys. Everybody welcome back to the channel.